Pixar has consistently captivated audiences with its imaginative storytelling and stunning visuals. One of Pixar's most beloved creations is Inside Out, a film that delves into the depths of human emotion and takes viewers on a journey through the mind of a young girl named Riley. Released in 2015, Inside Out was met with critical acclaim and became a box office success. The original film introduced us to joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. Excitingly for some fans, there is a sequel, Inside Out 2. In this sequel, some new emotions that have been teased and confirmed are anxiety, embarrassment, envy, and ennui. Inside Out 2 introduces a new character called Anxiety, reflecting the challenges of growing up and facing the unknown during puberty. Envy, embarrassment, and ennui may also be featured in Inside Out 2, fitting the theme of adolescence and highlighting the emergence of these emotions during this stage of life. One interesting question raised by a fan on Reddit stating, and I quote, "Isn't anxiety just fear? What was the whole point of the first movie then?" I saw a lot of fans making the argument that anxiety is just fear. But I also saw fans that said that they have always thought that anxiety was closer to nervousness than fear, but people keep talking about it like they're synonyms or something. Or that anxiety can be treated as a subcategory for fear. I think both can be argued. I think anxiety and fear are related emotions, but they have distinct differences in their nature and manifestations. By definition, anxiety refers to a general feeling of apprehension, worry, or unease about future events or uncertain outcomes. It often involves a sense of anticipated danger or threat, even if the threat is not immediate or tangible. Fear, on the other hand, is an emotional response to an immediate and identifiable threat or danger. It is a natural response to a specific stimulus or situation that is perceived as threatening or harmful. Anxiety can be triggered by a variety of factors, including future uncertainties, ambiguous situations, or imagined threats. It may arise from internal thoughts, concerns, or anticipation of negative outcomes. In contrast, fear is typically triggered by a present or imminent threat. It is a response to a specific object, event, or situation that is perceived as dangerous or harmful. Another question that was raised by fans was, how can Riley have more than 5 emotions? Now for context, if you didn't see the first movie, we saw at the end that everyone has 5 emotions. We didn't see anxiety in anyone else's head the last movie, and we also didn't see more than 5 emotions in anyone's head. Now, I read some interesting theories from different fans that I thought were interesting and wanted to share. /immediate_theory 4738 shared. The end of the movie just shows the 5 emotions that Riley is more in tune with, reflected in her parents, once she enters the puberty phase, also shown at the end of the movie. New emotions will appear in her brain. Once she learns to deal with them, she will again be able to recognize them in other people, like her parents. Another fan said, maybe it'll be explained that Riley's parents are not that complex emotionally and repress the other ones they should have embraced. Like right now, how younger adults actually talk about their feelings versus our parents who are of the boys don't cry generation. /monster_syndrome also shared, they could explain it as any emotions beyond the basic 5 aren't permanent fixtures in their headquarters. The extra emotions only show up when they are needed. Anxiety shows up when you're working on that big presentation, then wanders off until the next stressful event. The extra emotions come and go depending on your overall mental health. It might have also been an idea to have emotions merge or transform. Similar to how the more complex memories are mixtures of emotion, anxiety could be fear and sadness mixed together, or just a fear having a Mr. Hyde transformation. That said, it might have been too similar to other properties, or it didn't fit with their idea or vibe for the final product. It's also pretty standard to try and introduce new merchandising opportunities, aka characters, in a sequel movie. Another fan theorized that they think these emotions normally work in the background. They come to the surface during events of extreme emotion, like during adolescence. After the awkward time of adolescence, they go back to the background mind area and don't stay in headquarters forever. So far, the only new one we've seen is anxiety. When you're a teenager, you can feel anxious quite often. As an adult, you're more adjusted. Usually. Exceptions happen, obviously. But anxiety comes to headquarters during adolescence and will eventually leave to go back to work in the background. Some fans also think that these emotions split off from the main five. A fan wrote, "Anxiety is basically just fear. So maybe it split off from fear? Puberty causing such intensity in emotion could have caused the split. And perhaps the twist will be that they were there all along, just within the main five emotions. The parents don't have these emotions because as they learn to deal with them, they merge back into their normal emotions. This is not to say that anxiety couldn't just split off again if the person found themselves in an incredibly anxiety-inducing period of their life, but for the most part, they'd be able to keep it under control. That could also tie into the plot. The main five emotions don't see how the other emotions are useful and try to get rid of them. But by the end, they realize that the new emotions are just parts of themselves, and they can't get rid of them, only learn to deal with their negative effects. And this also feels like a metaphor for puberty itself. When you enter puberty, it feels like a lot of new stuff is happening that never happened before, with exceptions. But all those emotions you have in puberty already existed beforehand. So having them suddenly show up reflects that idea. Whether they were originally parts of the main five emotions, or whether they were just lurking in the background. Anyway, there's definitely many more ways they could handle this. I'm curious to see which one they choose. Some fans also said that in the first Inside Out, that was only just a snippet of emotions that they showed us, and that it doesn't mean those are the only ones. I personally think this expansion of the emotional landscape with Riley getting new emotions will not only provide fresh storytelling opportunities but also allow for a deeper understanding of the human psyche. I mean, we have only seen the trailer so far because the movie doesn't come out until 2024, but it has already caused major discourse on emotions amongst its fans. Last year, fans predicted the addition of new emotions. One fan wrote, "I thought they were going to have the emotions themselves develop facets that they're not used to, like fear developing embarrassment, disgust developing righteousness, and anger developing something like a sense of justice. Like how emotions evolve as you get older." Some stated it makes perfect sense for new emotions. When we are kids, we have very primal experiences. The most basic: joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. As we get older, we start to get children emotions born from the core ones. Fear, anxiety and insecurity, anger, frustration, livid, hurt, joy, happy, secure, excited, love, sadness, hurt, loss, depression. As we get older, the core emotions just get bigger, like families of emotions. Some fans even got more technical. U/RR_otter_chaos wrote, "If the five emotions we've already seen control the nervous system, maybe they are planning to tie the new emotions into other body systems, like the endocrine, digestive, respiratory, and muscular, etc. systems, and the control center for those emotions would be outside of the brain, housed in different glands, thyroid, adrenal, etc. Inside Out 2 could tackle new challenges and stages of life that Riley experiences as she grows older. The original film focused on Riley's transition from childhood to adolescence, but a sequel could explore her journey into young adulthood. This transition comes with its own set of emotional complexities, such as self-discovery, identity formation, and the pursuit of independence. By depicting these challenges through the lens of Riley's emotions, Pixar could once again provide a relatable and insightful narrative that resonates with audiences. One of the most remarkable aspects of Inside Out was its ability to educate audiences about the importance of embracing and understanding our emotions. A sequel could build upon this foundation by continuing to promote emotional intelligence and mental well-being. As Riley faces new situations and emotions, the film could explore topics such as empathy, resilience, and coping mechanisms. By doing so, Inside Out 2 would not only entertain but also serve as a valuable tool for emotional education, particularly for younger viewers who are still learning to navigate their emotions. I think Pixar releasing Inside Out 2 holds tremendous potential for both the studio and audiences worldwide. By expanding the world of emotions, addressing new challenges and stages of life, and continuing its emotional education, a sequel to Inside Out could once again captivate audiences. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking at this point. People, it's just a cartoon. And you're right, but it's fun to theorize. But evidently we'll just have to watch the movie to understand it. In the meantime, comment down below what your theories on the new emotions and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like this video, there is also more to check out on this channel, and one should be popping up on your screen, so check it out. Thanks for watching. Peace.